Uh, Hello दोस्तों. Uh, just a few days back I read the book The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. My name is Dr. Amit Yadav and I am a working professional, and I have given UPSC Civil Services mains 4 times and interview 2 times, and I'll love to share knowledge. That is why I'm making this video. And so let's start. The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. It is a very fantastic book. It is around of 200 pages, and the writer is Robin Sharma, and he has written the book very beautifully. The main things he wanted to convey through this book is the life lessons one can learn, and I have written down the things which I have liked from this book. So I would like to share with every one of you so that you can get a gist of the book, and I hope that will arise your interest in the book and you'll read it also. So let's start. The first thing is, in this it is written, even the longest life is pretty short. It seems pretty obvious because it doesn't even matter if you're living 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. It always seems like you want to live more and more and more. Whatever you are doing, whatever things you want to do, there is always remain some gap, which makes life seems to be pretty short. And then, as long as we have faith in our cause and an unconquerable will to win, victory will be ours. That is a fantastic line, because without faith in our cause and the will, I don't think victory will be possible, because this faith and the will keep you running, going. Then only we can fulfill our dreams. Then the author also talks about walking the talk. Like whatever you are saying, you must also follow that. It is not like I have said something and I like to do something. So you must always walk the talk. Then the hunger to do something. It is very important. The real generosity to the future consists in giving all to what is present. Because only then, if you are living in the present moment, then only your future will be possible. If at the present moment you are concerned about what will happen, what has happened, so you will not be able to give your 100% in that. And that is also talked about in the Gita also, in the form of karmanyavadikarasya ma phalesu kadachan. Like, you have to just focus on whatever you're doing, your karma. Then we should never regret our past. Rather than we have to embrace it as a teacher that it is, because they say that there are no mistakes in life, there are only lessons. And life is all about what the choices you make. Like, if you have two options with you and you decide one, then your coming life will be going based on that option only, because the option which you have rejected is no longer there. So it is all about the choices you're making. So you have to be very good at looking at the clues, and whatever your dreams are, depending upon your dreams, your choices should be there. Then success on outside is useless unless you have success within. That is I find this line very interesting as well as very beautiful, because if what is inside you is not fulfilled or satisfied, then it does not matter how much money you have, how much fame you have, if you are disturbed. So it is very important that you have to be first successful from within. Then he talks about there is a huge difference between well-being and well-off. Well-off is basically you're having lots of money, but well-being means you're happy, you're satisfied, you're peaceful. So yeah, definitely there is a lot of difference. Then now I would like to give a brief about the book. There are two lawyers, both are from Harvard, and the Robin Sharma, he is right now working, and his senior lawyer, he comes to visit him, and he was a very hotshot lawyer at his time, but at the age of around 50 he suffered a heart attack. Thereafter he decided to uh, have some changes in his life. So that made him uh, think, like, whatever he is doing, is it worth it? So after that heart attack, he sold all his belongings and he goes into one village in India. There he discovers that the people there, those who are living there, they are very happy, and they are radiant. They are physically very healthy. They are mentally very healthy. They are peaceful. They are happy. So, and they look way younger than what their actual age is, and he wants to learn from them. Then after learning a lot of things, he comes back and he tells Robin Sharma through their conversation, like what all he has learned and how someone can change their life just by making some subtle changes in their life. So in this book we will read about those lessons of life. So first, when they were sitting and they were having a coffee, so he tells him, like, empty your cup to fill it with new ideas. Because if you're already having some ideas, then it becomes quite difficult to rope in new ideas. So first you have to empty your cup to make space for the new ideas. Then he says that investing in yourself is the best investment you can make, because other than you, there is nobody else which is going, which should be more important for you than yourself. So you have to invest in yourself. You can do it in many ways. You can keep yourself healthy. You can improve your skills. You can learn new things daily. And all these things will make you happy. Then he says that who looks outside dreams, but who look inside awaken. So we have to understand that, like, what is more important for us? Is it the dreaming, daydreaming, or is it the awakening, the inner awakening? So for the inner awakening, we have to look inside us, because if you keep on looking outside, you will be like, I want this, I want that. But if you start looking inside you, it will awaken you, and you will be content. Then he talks about the luxury of negative thought. You cannot afford the luxury of negative thought, not even one, because if a negative thought comes into your mind, it will affect all the things. And we have to be very, very careful that there should be not even a single negative thought in our mind. So we have to avoid even a single negative thought. As soon as the thought comes, you have to just make your mind uh, diverted to that negative thought and take it towards the positivity. uh, Supposedly, for example, if I think that I cannot do this, I cannot do a certain task, this negative thought is going to make me not do that task. But if I change it to something like, okay, I can do it, why not? So definitely I'll try, and after maybe, what if I'm not able to do it in first trial? I'll try it again, and one day I'll be able to do that. So we have to avoid negative thoughts. And then he says that the mental mastery comes through conditionings, because as all the masteries, I believe that they come from conditioning. So as the mental mastery, like if you want to learn car, so you have to condition yourself. You have to go sit on the car seat. You have to know how to apply the accelerator, how to apply the brake, how to apply the clutch, how to put on the gears, how will the car move. So this is how you learn, and this is how you condition yourself. Then he says that there are no mistakes in life, there are only lessons. It depends upon how you look at things. If you are looking at as if you have done some mistake by taking that particular decision, by not, or but not by not doing certain things, so you are going to regret only. But if you take it as a positive things, that there are only lessons in life, so that will be a better way to look at the things. So then the author talks about the heart of the rose technique, that we have to concentrate on the I think it will be better if you read this book and come to know about this technique. So I'll leave it up to you guys to read it. Then there is opposition thinking technique, like replacing your negative thought with positive as soon as possible. As earlier we have seen that we cannot afford the luxury of a negative thought, so you have to replace it with a positive thought as soon as possible, like a slideshow. Like if a negative thought comes, suddenly replace it with a positive one, because uh, these thoughts are going to be our life's reality, and it is our we can say it is our luck that these thoughts do not become a reality suddenly. We have that time gap, so that time gap can be utilized with by replacing a negative thought with a positive one. Then again, a worrisome thought is like an embryo. It grows again and again, and it becomes bigger and bigger. So we have to stop worrying. In Hindi, there is a proverb also, "Chinta chita ke saman hai." So we have to avoid worrying. Then he talks about how everything is always created twice, first in the mind, then in the reality. So you, whatever you have, you want to achieve, first you have to think it in the mind, then definitely it will come in the reality also. And he says that you can do whatever you want as long as it is according to your conscience and heart. Okay, so these are the two most important thing in our body, our conscience and our heart. So if both of them are allowing, then we can do that thing. If our conscience or heart is not allowing to do certain things, like harming someone, like hurting someone, so we should not do that. Then fatigue is a creation of mind who are living without direction and dreams, because the people who are living with the direction and to fulfill their dreams, they do not feel fatigue. As Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, former president of India, has also said that dreams are not which you see while you're sleeping. Dreams are those which do not let you sleep. So there is no chance that you will be fatigued. Then, after these are the certain beautiful lines I have taken from that book. And then he talks about the 7 fundamental principles. I'll go by these principles one by one. Like he says that he gives an picture of a garden, in that some flowers are there, a sumo wrestler is there. All the things are symbolizing various things, so that you can read in the book. But then I'll directly come to these 7 fundamental principles. One more thing, he says that fear is nothing more than a mental monster you have created, a negative stream of consciousness. Because you see, there are some people who are fearless, and there are some people who fear certain things and certain not. So that itself shows that fear is not natural. Fear can be overcome. Fear may be natural. I am not sure about that, if fear is natural or not, but definitely fear is there, so there must be something behind it. And what is that? It is a negative stream of the consciousness, so you have to replace that with what? With the positive stream of the consciousness. Then let's come to the 7 fundamental principle. The first principle is the mandatory period of peace. Like for the 15 to 50 minutes, it depends upon you how much time you want to give it. You have to take a reserved spot. You have to sit there, and if it is better if it is in a natural conditions, like around the plants and all these things. So you go there, sit there every time. Try at the same time of the day, because it will condition you better. Okay, this is how you will keep your mind at peace. Then there is a ritual of physicality, second ritual. Like you have to do exercise no matter what, at least for 30 minutes daily. You can miss your meal, but you cannot miss your exercise. That you have to keep in your mind for sure. Then within that physicality, there is a ritual of effective breathing. Like for 3 times in a day, 1 minute, you have to take deep breathing consciously. For like 1 minute, you have to observe your breathing. That is also seen in the Vipassana technique and yoga also. Then there is a third fundamental principle, is ritual of radiant living, in which he says that you have to eat only the live food. And what is life food? Life food is like which is made up of directly sun, soil, water, and air interaction, and it is the vegetarian diet. And even in the Gita, it is also talked about that if you take the diet affects your thoughts. So it is better to take vegetarian diet because your thoughts will be pure and sattvic guna will come out. And if you are taking non-vegetarian diet, this diet will enforce your tamasic guna, which is the dark side. So this is the third ritual. Then the fourth one is ritual of abundant knowledge. You should read 30 minutes of book no matter what, and especially the book which are not related to your courses, which are related to life lessons. Some good books, whichever, it depends upon you, what kind of books do you like, but read 30 minutes. Then he says that books, why we should read books. uh, he said like books, they do not teach you anything new, they just simply help you to see what is inside you. And we have seen earlier like those who see inside awaken, and those who see outside they just dream. So we have to awaken ourselves. Then there is a ritual of personal reflection. We have to contemplate ourselves and think about what we did in the daytime. Were all our actions were positive, or were some of them needed some repair? So all the actions you have to contemplate in the night before sleeping. Then the sixth one is the ritual of early awakening, and 10 before then before 10 minutes before the sleeping and after you wake up, you have to fill your mind with the positive thoughts, because believe me, that is all that matters. These positive thoughts. Before there is another book like it is called Power of the Subconscious Mind. It is also talking about how fulfilling your brain 10 minutes before sleep and after with the positive thoughts can make you do wonders in life, because you will be highly positive and you'll be ready to do whatever it takes to fulfill your dreams. Then he says that we do not laugh because we are happy, we are happy because we laugh. I just love this line. It is I found it very deep, because we think that we will laugh only when we are happy, but it is the laugh which makes us happy. Next time when you laugh, just try to see and observe it and feel it. Then we have to thanks everyone after we get up. We have to thanks the nature, we have to thank our parents, we have to thank our friends, we have to thank the universe for whatever we are having with ourselves. Then there is seventh, the ritual of music. You should listen to music. These were the basic principles. Then you have to spoken soft spoken, you have to be uh, you have your image, it should be very confident, healthy, and smart image, because whatever you imagine yourself, you are going to become that. If you imagine yourself healthy, having six pack abs, having good biceps, having radiant glowing skin, you are going to get that, because your mind, it will direct your actions. Your subconscious mind, it will direct your actions through your conscious mind to make you achieve that body. I have experienced it personally, so I can say yes, this work. Then your character is also very important. Absolutely no doubt. uh, Without a good character, a person is nothing. Then last one is that you have to live very simply, because those who live simple are the one who are most at peace. So the goal of the life should be to be at peace and to be happy. That is what I think. Then he says that the truly enlightened people, they do not seek to like others, they seek to be better than their self each time. So our fight is with ourselves, not with the others. We need not to compare ourselves like what some other person is, but we have to focus on whatever we are doing, or we are doing it best than what we did last time. Then we have to run our own race, and our time is very precious. We have to plan it and then use it. Okay. Then in afternoon, if you take a quick nap, it is the best thing to do. Enlightened people are those who are priority driven because they know what is more important for them. So that is why your time is very important. You should not let other people to steal your time. You have to beware of who is stealing your time. Okay. And the most important things are the last three lines. I'll say that you have to develop a deathbed mentality, because what will it do? It will help you to realize that this is the only moment you are having to live. So just do the best time is to do anything you value is right now, because there is nothing other than this. We feel that we had past, but the past is just the memories, and we feel that there will be future, but future is just our imagination. So what we have is right here, right now, at this moment. So we have to develop a deathbed mentality. Like, this is my first book review. I was thinking of doing this book review a long time ago, but I was avoiding it somehow. But now that uh, I've learned some things and I have decided to apply in my life, so I thought, let's do the things which I love to do. So I'm doing it now, and this is one of the reason. Like this deathbed mentality. What if I am dead after this? At least I'll be happy that I did what I wanted to do. Then we have to stop seeing ourselves as an individual, but we have to see as a collective, because this is the universe which is controlling each and everything. I am controlling you, you are controlling me. We don't know that. That can be also validated by the butterfly effect and the Einstein theory of E equals to mc square, where energy is can be converted into matter and the matter can be converted into energy. So both are equal. So we have to always live in the present moment and never put off our living. So these are the, I would say, brief summary about the book The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. I hope you liked it, and if you liked it, then please LSS घंटा बजा दीजिए, like, share, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get the notification whenever I am publishing a new video. So thank you so much. Love, peace, goodbye. Thanks.